Vikings preseason in the books. Let's put a little bow on this thing. All right, welcome back to Onebar and Lupagus show. I'm Onebar with Lupagus. Preseason's done. Training camp's done. Now it is time to get to the real deal. Let's go.
Also looks like the new intro is done. Wow, what a ride you just took me on.
Yeah, it's been on actually quite a few videos so far, but I'm glad
I've never seen it before. I've never seen it.
All right, before we do it, make sure to subscribe. Let's get to 10,000 subs. Do it post-game, pre-game, all sorts of games. But let's talk preseason. So let's start with biggest takeaways. Biggest takeaways from the preseason. Lupagus?
Well, I think the one for offense, at least, is going to be this offense has the potential to be very, very explosive. This wide receiving core can be so damn dangerous. What we see from Jordan Addison, what we already know about KJ Osborne, and obviously what we know with the best damn receiver in the NFL, in Justin Jefferson, this could truly be the best three-headed monster since the Randy Moss, Chris Carter, and Jake Reed days.
I'm glad you said since and not like could be the next. So, yeah, absolutely. Offensively, we're going to have to score a shit ton of points. One of my biggest takeaways isn't really an overly positive thing. I mean, clearly we didn't see any starters on offense except for like the Addison, Ed Ingrams. We didn't see much there, but the depth of this offensive line, which we know, it just kind of validated that if somebody goes down, this is going to be brutal because the depth of our offensive line was so bad. And I really hope to make some moves here at cut time or maybe even a potential trade.
Yeah, so I mean, there's definitely things you saw in practice that are positive, and then once you start playing these games with the backups, that is the one ugly thing on offense that definitely reared its head was how bad this depth is. And we said it last year prior to the draft, like it would be nice to see the team start investing, a third, fourth round pick and some random guards, whether it's a center, tackle, some offensive lineman, just to get someone there who's got some upside, who's got some potential, instead of just waiting until late, getting the Vidarian Low types, or waiting until after draft and bringing in like six guys who have no chance of making the team.
Well, another takeaway that is a positive is Ty Chandler. I think Ty Chandler absolutely proved that he can be the Robin to Alexander Madison's Batman. I think he's going to have a damn good year. I mean, it's not like we're expecting anything huge games out of him, but he's going to keep the opposing defenses on their toes. He's going to get after it.
Yeah, we saw the vision. We saw the even the power, the speed, the ability to catch the football. The fact that the team rested him in the last preseason game shows that they know what his role is. He is the second running back on this team. He is backup running back number one, or you could call him running back number two. But backup running back number one to me sounds way more impressive.
Sounds weird.
It's Ty Chandler, and yeah, the dude looks good, and I'm excited to see him. And I think I would give this guy at least 6 touches a game.
6 touches a game. You got him. I got more takeaways. What do you got? Sip. That looked like a good one.
Well, are we sticking on offense or we go defense yet?
This was open to anything.
Well, I think what we learned, and again, not so much in the preseason games, but just what we've heard and what we've seen, and we saw a little bit today against the Cardinals, but the aggressiveness, the attacking nature of this defense. Brian Flores' defense is going to be light years different, 180 degrees different from what we saw from Ed Donatil, sitting back, that shell scheme, hoping that they don't score, let them slowly march down the field, letting quarterbacks like Mike White throw for 400 yards. You know what? Brian Flores, we're going to attack. We're going to be aggressive. We're going to bring the heat. And we only got a little bit of a taste today with some blitz packages we're going to see. It's going to be crazy, and I cannot wait.
I don't even think we've gotten a taste yet. I think the Cardinals are just so bad. We just looked good. It's going to be absolutely insane. Other takeaway, I'll say this: Jaren Hall, and everybody said it on the post game. He's just gotten better. I mean, that first game was brutal. He's just gotten better and better, and I don't think anybody's expecting the moon from this guy as far as a potential starter someday. But Jaren Hall is going to be a fun one to watch over the next couple of years because worst case scenario, a very good backup. I love what we saw from Jaren Hall.
I mean, definitely even today in the game where his second half wasn't very good, he had plenty of flashes where you're like, okay, that was a nice throw. He scrambled there, got some time made some time happen so he could get the ball down the field. Yeah, there was flashes of good here, and overall, he looked like a rookie. He struggled at times, but he's a 5th-round pick. Again, I don't think he has to make the final roster. I think you can get this guy in the practice squad, continue to develop him, but I do think he showed, and we can take this away, that he has the potential to be a very good backup in the league for a long time.
Well, he does some things right that you wouldn't expect from a rookie. I know he looks like a rookie at time, but the way he stays in the pocket, the way he's stepping up and making some big throws in the pocket. Yeah, he had some gross plays, But he just does things that's, generally you don't see from a rookie. So that was beautiful.
Well, even in the first game when he's just, rolling out and throwing the ball away, he wasn't trying to force it. I mean, he knew the play was dead.
He was
Nothing was
running
going to
for his
happen.
life.
He was, and he was
time.
smartly throwing the ball away. So you don't see a lot of rookies do that. Sometimes the rookies will try to force things into tight windows and disaster happens.
All right. What scares us the most after this preseason?
Is injuries. It's injuries to our O-line. I don't care if it's Ed Ingram. If he gets hurt, we're screwed. If it's Garrett Bradbury, we're screwed. Anybody in the O-line gets hurt, this whole offense could just completely crumble.
Yeah, but what scares you the most from what you saw?
The backup O-line.
Okay. All right.
The O-line depth, it's horrifying. It's so bad. Like, I've never seen it be so bad in a preseason game. It was horrible.
Yeah, I think it was T-Bass, somebody on the post game, meant what scares me the most is just holding on to guys that do not belong on this roster. Because there are some guys. I mean, we know Booth. There's some other guys as well, defensive line wise. Atamueo, Vidarian Lowe. We're gonna see real quick what Kwesi thinks or how much pride he has as far as whether he's gonna keep these guys or let them go. And the offensive line as well. The weird thing is we're gonna sit and talk about depth because that's mostly what we saw. We didn't see a ton of starters in the preseason, so we're gonna be harping on the depth, but. That scares me, and Greg Joseph still scares me. Sorry.
Yeah, well, and I think what we're going to learn is Kwesi going to make roster moves as far as who to keep with his head or with his heart? Because if he's going with his heart, he's going to go with these guys that he invested in, he saw something, and he saw potential in. But if he's going to go with his head, he's going to be like, you know what, this guy I just signed undrafted from Oklahoma is a better player than I took used a second round draft pick on last year. And I need to keep the best guys on this team. So. We'll see what he does, but again, it just feels like, you mentioned already, a guy like Andrew Booth Jr., who doesn't deserve to be on this team, is probably going to be on this team.
All right, what's getting us most excited from this preseason?
I'll let you start.
Ivan Pace. Yep. Inside linebackers, really. I know we didn't see Brian Asamoah, but I'm very excited. Come week one, what they're going to do at inside linebacker. They're going to rotate these guys in with Jordan Hicks. What are they going to do? If you're not excited about Ivan Pace, yeah, he's going to have some shitty plays. He's probably going to have some shitty games. But he's also going to have some fantastic plays and fantastic games just to solidify, just like, holy shit, I cannot believe this guy was undrafted and we have him. So Ivan Pace, Jordan Addison, if he doesn't.
Why are you still going? I was going to pick Jordan Addison.
I don't care. You said I can go first. I'm not stopping. I still got more. Jordan Addison is an easy one. Of course, I mean, KJ Osborne, he still might be the number 3 receiver. He's going to get his next year in free agency. But Jordan Addison, boom, boom, boom. And Najee Flash freaking Thompson, if he doesn't get you excited, you have no soul.
I mean, you took all the juicy ones. There's one.
Oh, you told me to go first. I went first.
Oh, I know you're going to go 3 in a row. There's a couple
more.
I'm going to go with, I want to see too. I'm excited to see Marcus Davenport, Daniel Hunter do their thing. Daniel Hunter is getting some rave reviews. I think he had 3 sacks, 1 practice, maybe even more.
Fantastic.
Put him again, Marcus Davenport on the other side. I want to see those two work their magic with Brian Flores, just letting them do their thing. Brian Flores said it. I like Daniel Hunter going forward. I don't like him going backwards, and we're going to see a lot of Daniel Hunter going forward, which is going to be nice.
Another one, Juwan Williams. I like this guy probably more than the average average Viking. I just think his size out there, I mean, he's not going to start. He's just great depth. And when we get a big receiver, I want Juwan Williams out there. I think that Juwan Williams, that second-round pick from the Patriots, is not pan out in New England. I think he's going to find himself a nice little home here in Minnesota.
I think so, too. You know what else excites me? This tight end core we have. We are deep at tight end. And I know TJ Hawkinson has an earache that's become a backache, that's become an ass ache. But Josh Oliver, Johnny freaking Munt has looked very good. Nick Muse has looked good. Hell, even Ben Sims has looked good. This tight end core of the Vikings is 4 deep, and there's really 4 rosterable players. Will they keep 4? I don't know, but Nick Muse has made a case to stay on this team, and this tight end group is very deep for the Vikings.
I think you say the same thing about our edge rushers. I mean, Daniel Hunter and Davenport didn't see the field. We got Luigi Vlane out there just wreaking complete havoc. We know Patrick Jones is going to rip shit up. And we got other guys as well, as far as, I mean, we got DJ Wanhams. I mean, this edge rusher group, it's going to be interesting how these guys develop over the next couple of years. We got some freaking strong depth. Oh,
so apparently a lot of pieces of this team excite us.
How can you not get excited? We bleed purple. All right, give me a future guy. Maybe not this year, but maybe in 2 to 3 years from now. that you saw in preseason that could be like, he's going to be real good.
Yeah,
Real good.
it's Jalen Williams, cornerback, undrafted, Oklahoma. He's flash. Interception the first preseason game, had like 6 tackles today against the Cardinals. This is a dude who's come in, he's worked his ass off, and he shows up in games. And when you show up in games, you show up when it matters. It just tells you understand the game of football, you're a playmaker. Something about this Jalen Williams. And I don't know if he'll make the team this year, but he's definitely going to be on the practice squad. And I think down the road, he will make the 53 of the Vikings.
Yeah, I love him. I wouldn't give 2 shits if somebody got cut at the back end and he made the 53 because he deserves it. I'm going Jay Ward. It's kind of an easy one, but Jay Ward, just the fact that he can kind of play all over the place in the secondary. Today, he was just back there lighting shit up, which was great to see. So Jay Ward, was he 4th rounder?
Yeah, he was 4th round pick.
I think even as early as next year. I mean, we're going to see him out there on the field this year, but I don't anticipate seeing him a ton out there. But I think next year he could be a real big part of that secondary.
Nice. Cool
Thank
sounds, too. You have the guy from Police Academy.
That's not nice. All right, let's go. We're going to wrap this thing up with a stud and turd of the preseason. End on a good note. Turd of the preseason, Lupagus.
God, can it just be a group or not?
No, that's boring and lame. You want me to go first?
Yeah, you go first.
Turd?
Mm-hmm.
It's Andrew Booth Jr. It's not even close. Next.
That's a good one. That's a good one. That's the obvious one. For some reason, that didn't stick out to me, but it should have. I'm gonna go Oli Udoh. Oli Udoh has looked freaking horrible. A guy who, he came in last year, the Green Bay game. Brian O'Neill goes down. Oli Udoh plays right tackle, plays pretty well. We're like, holy shit, Oli Udoh's find his spot. This is it. He's a right tackle in the NFL. I actually thought he was gonna get a pretty good contract from their team to come in and be their right tackle. Vikings end up getting him back. And turns out their teams are right not to offer this guy any money because he has looked like complete shit, getting dominated by 3rd and 4th stringers all preseason long. Oli Udoh is the turd of the preseason.
I think Lupagus just blacked out going on his turd. All right, and on a good note, and as always, comments, let us know your stud and turd of the preseason. Who's your stud?
This is close. This is tough because there's 2 or even 3 I think you can go with, but I'm going to go Ivan Pace Jr., undrafted rookie linebacker. Yes, he's undersized. He's got short arms. Maybe not the fastest guy, but the fact that he came in here, he took a starting job. He's going to be a start. I think he's going to start week 1 against Tampa Bay. He's wearing the green dot in the 2 preseason games he played. He played so well in practice, preseason. They sit him the last preseason game, undrafted rookie. Damn near unheard of. Ivan Pace Jr., stud of the preseason.
Lupagus loves that green dot more than anything. I've never heard anybody talk about the green dot more than Lupagus.
Very important.
I agree, but I'll do a different one just because you did Ivan Pace. If it was like stud of training camp and preseason, I'd give it to Jordan Addison. Yep. But we saw very limited Jordan Addison. He had a great preseason and training camp. But I'm going with the man that shows up exactly when he needs to. Every time he's had to show up. He didn't just show up. He showed up fucking big. And that's Najee Thompson. Najee Thompson is my stud of the preseason. Let's go. He's going to be doing that shit all year.
It's funny because you mentioned the other 2 guys I was thinking about, Jordan Addison, Najee Thompson. And we saw it today. Najee wasn't out there covering punts, and it was a little bit looser, and they were getting some returns. Najee's out there. That shit don't happen. That shit does not happen.
Not on his watch. Not on Flash's watch, baby. All right, that is a bow on the training camp / preseason. Let us know in the comments. Hit that sub button. We'll be back hot and heavy. Cut day is Tuesday. We got a lot to talk about.
I need to take that day off.
Yeah, I'm going to.
All right, remember this, guys. Twitter has roughly 41.5 million daily active users in the United States.